We're at the Polish Pavilion, and one of the features on display here is their architecture stemming back from several decades ago, and one person who's an architect who will be able to tell us actually what's on display here is Adrian Kruznik. Thank you for your time. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, so I mean, you were just showing us some of the displays here. You said they date back to 2 centuries ago?
Well, it's basically 1.5 century. So we're showcasing the Polish architecture, history of Polish architecture from the end of the 19th century until basically today. So we are showing architecture from the very early wooden architecture to the most new architecture in Poland.
Why did you choose to display architecture as one of the key features at the Polish Pavilion? I mean, you could have shown many things about Poland. Why architecture?
I think architecture in that case is one of the feature of cultures that shows the richness of Poland, and I strongly believe it also kind of transcends what the society is thinking, what the society is doing, and especially with this leisure architecture. So you can see how we are resting, how we are enjoying ourselves in Poland. So I think this can show multiple levels of Poland and how do we live there.
How different is Polish architecture in comparison to other parts of the world? What's so special about what you have to show?
I think there are multiple features that you could observe in Polish architecture. So in the exhibition we have, say, this beautiful architecture from the Polish mountains, from the south of Poland, all made of wood. Also interesting from the contemporary point of view, because we are kind of revisiting the past to learn from the past. That's definitely a highlight, and definitely architecture for mass client from the 50s and 60s during the communist state. So when the right to leisure was granted to everyone who worked. So I mean, it's a very interesting moment in history that everyone could enjoy themselves, and they had 2 or 3 weeks of holidays, and they could go somewhere and rest. So I think this right to leisure and the architecture related to that could be a good lesson for everyone.
So a bit of politics in architecture, I suppose.
Well, architecture is always transmitting some of politics and policies.
Absolutely. That's Adrian Kruznik. He's an architect here at the Polish Pavilion. He's also one of those who knows very intricately the details of what's on display here, and some of it is 1.5 centuries worth of houses, leisure, and as well as resorts on display. And for those who are architecture lovers, I'm sure this one is for them to take some lessons, some inspiration perhaps. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo at the Polish Pavilion at Expo 2020, Dubai.